This sight is likely familiar to many of you. Those who are in the traffic are probably more concerned about when they're going to get home than the environmental impact of their own car. In fact, every car seen here produces greenhouse gases. It is common knowledge that the Earth is going through an environmental crisis. It is unreasonable to think that factories, particularly in the petrochemical industry, will cease to emit greenhouse gases in the near future. So in order to atone for this crisis, an alternative to the internal combustion engine must be found. Over the past century, technologies have come and gone, particularly in the auto industry. However, the engine is one of the most prolific components in mass production vehicles. It played a vital role in bringing cars to the masses and quickly became the most common power source for automobiles. The engine, through countless iterations, improved upon power, fuel economy, and reliability. It truly is an amazing feat of engineering. But this once powerful beacon of progress is quickly becoming obsolete due to raising levels of greenhouse gases. The internal combustion engine has dozens of applications that go far beyond the common car. Of these applications, this video will focus solely on the automobile. The vital flaw of the internal combustion engine is the method by which it produces its power. In a 4-stroke unit, it cycles through 4 separate processes: intake, compression, combustion, and exhaust. The problem is that in order to produce power, the system is forced to combust fuel. In combustion, the emission of greenhouse gases is impossible to avoid. As the levels of these gases are now unsafe, it's a better time than ever to replace the internal combustion engine. The first hybrid car was the Lohner Porsche in 1899. With racing in mind, this car was in stark contrast to contemporary hybrids, which are typically economy-minded vehicles. These eco-minded vehicles were only supposed to be a temporary solution to environmental problems, and not a good one at that. In short, the problem is that they compromise both the electric and gasoline systems with the weight and complexity of the other system. The idea behind the vehicles was to increase mile per gallon ratings rather than fix the systemic issues of the internal combustion engine. To many, hydrogen fuel cell cars would seem like the solution. They do not emit greenhouse gases but only water. However, they have their own set of problems which prevent them from being the solution either. The systems work by converting hydrogen gas into electricity and then run it through the entire powertrain used by electric cars. Essentially, they add the convolution of hydrogen storage and conversion to a fully functional electric powertrain. Hydrogen production often creates greenhouse gases as well, and it does not have a scalable distribution network. As it stands, there are currently 2 publicly accessible hydrogen fuel pumps in all of Canada. In the words of James May, presenter of the Grand Tour, there are infrastructural problems. It needs to be said that in this video, you have seen footage of all 3 hydrogen fuel cell cars on sale today. Hydrogen fuel cell cars are far from being ready to replace the internal combustion engine. The pure electric powertrain is not only the most environmentally friendly, but also the most consumer friendly. Electric cars have seen great improvements since the late 1990s when they returned to North American markets. The days of range anxiety should be numbered, as some electric cars now have ranges exceeding 300 miles. Once produced, the electric powertrain is the only option that can be virtually finished its impact on the environment. With the use of solar panels or other renewable energy technologies, electricity can be produced and transferred to the vehicle all within one's home. This eliminates environmental impact in the production and transportation of its fuel. Another benefit is simplicity. The design of having a battery pack connected to a controller which regulates power before delivering it to individual motors is as simple as any powertrain can get. This virtually eliminates all maintenance. The most one would have to do is change the tires and keep the battery charged. This is not to say that the powertrain is without flaws, the biggest of which being the price right now. Like any emerging technology, the price will be incredibly high for early adopters. Nevertheless, as time and scale increases, the price will be more accessible for the common consumer. For any hope of a performance-oriented automobile that remains environmentally friendly, electric is the only real option. Electric supercars on sale today can in many cases outperform their gasoline counterparts. For example, the new Bugatti Chiron has a 0 to 300 km/h time of 13.5 seconds, which is slow when compared to the Rimac Concept 1's 13.1 seconds to 300. This is an exciting time for innovation, but it is to the past that we look for the future of the automotive industry. Different types of powertrain configurations will coexist for decades to come, much like they do today. Yet, out of the automotive powertrains in use today, electric is the best way forward.